Okay, right, so we've got to get this car MOT'd, and the first thing we're going to do, given the time of day, although the camera it might be light, it's actually fading, and I've got work to do, as in normal day-to-day work, not car work, so I need to get this done and dusted. First we're going to do is the shocks. Now the thing with the shocks, these are the replacement. I'll show you later what they look like and why supposedly one was a failure and one was an advisory. These particular ones that I've got, they're a bit stubborn on the old on this joint here. It's making it very difficult to get it in here. So come up with a DIY plan of wrapping this wire between the two and then getting it in the slot there, and then it expands out, and then we quickly nip in the bolt there. Obviously there's other ways of doing it, but this is the way that we found the best. So compress it down, wrap the wire around, get it to hold, and then yeah, nip it in and get that bolt in the bottom first, and then yeah, it should all go in. Should hopefully all go in. So yeah, let's get that in, and then I can show you the shocks and why it supposedly failed. Right, so they are original shocks, so 2014, so nearly 10 years, 58,000 miles, so these are originals. So this is the issue here, the top one. It's not the worst, but can kind of see how she's, I say she because it was a female MOT tester. There is a bit of play, a lot of play in that. So yeah, that is going to be the failure on that one, and that's why she obviously decided that wasn't so good. The one, got another one. So the one that got the advisory, see if I've got it, bear with me. Don't know where that went. No, I've lost it. No, I haven't. See, the advisory for this one, not too bad actually. As you can see, that's actually not really moving. So yeah, as I say, that was an advisory, but yeah, so she was right on that front. So just getting the last one put on and put in place, and then I think I'll be calling it a night because it's getting dark, but you wouldn't think it on the camera. Okay, so it's onto the drive and it's now working on the shocker. Now, this has taken a long time to get off, and it shouldn't do, and it hasn't normally in the past. Eventually this has been, we've had to, well, you can see we've had to cut this away in order to get it out, because the bolt that sits on the top here just wouldn't come out. So we've done everything we could, eventually had to cut it away, and yeah, it was just proper stuck in there. If you're not sure, the bolt basically just has a nut that is on this side. Undo the nut, and you technically should be able to just pull that through. It didn't work like that. That was proper ground in there. But this is apparently what it's failed on. So it has got a bit of a leak. I wouldn't say major. But yeah, so now we've got to get the top off that and start putting this all back together again. We're going to do the brake discs as well while we're here, since they've got a bit of a lip on them, might as well. And yeah, it's just unfortunately delayed us by a couple of days, but we're slowly getting there, I think we've got, what is it, Wednesday today, and we've potentially got till Friday, which yeah, doesn't sound like much, but I go to work, so obviously my dad can help out a lot, but yeah, time's a bit on our side at the moment. Yeah, hopefully it will just all come together quite quick. Just got to rebuild this shocker now with the new one, which is around here somewhere. yeah, because they don't come, if you don't know, they don't come just like that and you just put that in. You have to rebuild it, take the spring off that one, put that on the new one, and put the head on and everything, and the top mount and everything. And yeah, and then we can put all of this back together, because obviously you've got to take the scuttle panel off, the wipers off, just to get to this bolt, because of the nature of how it sits. The angle is just not great, so that's why, yeah, the scuttle panel needs to come off. Oh, this is not, well, do I say it all the time? When you get these, there's always one that you think is great and it's an absolute bugger, and this seems to be one where on the face of it looks really good, but yeah, it's not playing ball. We'll get it done. Okay, the shock absorber has been put together, and yeah, brake discs, new brake discs are going on, and new pads as well. Lucky I had these in stock. I always tend to carry a couple of boxes of these just to be on the safe side, get them cheap when they're on offer. And so we'll put that brake disc on, and yeah, just probably felt there was no really massive need for the failure of that shocker. I don't really think it needed it, but there we go. So just get that all connected back up. That's been tightened, get that in, and then we can have this section done before we then start on the driver's side and get the lower arm on. But yeah, I mean, what was it, 58,000 miles? I suppose you are starting to look at things like that now, really, that need replacing. Shocker and lower arms is what it is, isn't it? They're nothing too expensive to add, but again, hopefully it's a selling point for some. So although the brakes were not an advisory at all, the brake discs, this is on the inside of the brake disc, and when you were driving along, this was making a really bad, like, whirring sound, which disappeared when you hit the brake, and then obviously, like anything, got louder as you drove along. And this is the inside of it, and although that's you could feel a lip on here, but the actual inside is very rough and scarred, so hence why a decision was made to change the brake discs. Could have left them on, but actually it's probably a good thing, because that noise potentially could have been picked up by a customer and then they would have just walked away. Although it doesn't really affect anything, like the effect of the braking was fine, but yeah, just that noise, or that drumming noise or humming noise, is just not good. So yeah, get those scrapped, and say the new ones will go on, and that will cure that problem. And finally, the scuttle panel can go on, the wipers can go back in as well, and then we'll put the covers on, and that's obviously everything that needs coming off. And then need to test those wipers, because previously, even though you try and put them back in the same one, the splice is always slightly different, and then you end up clashing them together. So get those put on, screwed in, and then we'll practice just to make sure they don't hit each other, and then we can work on, ignore that, get that off soon, and then we can work on the lower arm, which might have to be, well, we'll start it at least today, but get the front bumper off, because we need access to that lower leg. Get that lower leg off, and then get that underneath and get that arm off. Trying to get the lower arm on, just the sheer amount of tools needed. to get the arm off and to get it on, but we're getting there. The new arm is nearly on. It's just a case of just trying to whack it in and get it positioned right, dropped in properly there. In the meantime, this is the old one, which I'll just show you. So this is what the MOT lady has failed it on, which I'm guessing is this. I mean, probably an advisory. Don't think it's a failure as such. So yeah, playing that one. That, ignore that, because that's sort of been brutalised when taking it off. But yeah, I mean, they're only like £25 for two, so it's not breaking the bank. And there she is. We have, as you can see, we have all corners on the front sorted. So the leg shock has been done on that side, brake discs. The rear shockers have been done on that side. The shocker has been done on that side, together with brake disc and pads as well, and obviously replacement rear shocker on that. So yes, we are done, and it's been MOT'd, re-MOT'd, no advisories, so we are all good to go on just finalising the cleanliness, shall we say, of the car. Obviously small little bits to do. All these sticky bits here just need to come off. They're fairly easy to do. The leather needs good clean as well. I've got the mats inside, they've been cleaned, but yeah, you can just see that this all needs cleaning up as well, in here and in there. It's all nice. It's a typical Fiat 500. It's just kept very dirty, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. We've just got to give it a really good clean. Oh yeah, and then finally, although I haven't been doing it because I've been slacking a bit, these paint marks down here need sorting out. Just there, that needs, and that one there just needs doing. But yeah, and that drives fine, no real issues. Well, no issues that I can think of. It doesn't creak, it doesn't rattle, there's nothing there at all. So yeah, we'll just get on with the cleaning, and then I've got to market it, which at the moment I'm not 100% sure what I can put it up for. It's Cat S, 64 plate, 58,000 miles on the clock. Obviously new tyres all around, brake discs, shocker, arm, rear shockers. I think that is it, and an MOT. Nothing internal. I have bought these portable car players that Paul from Love 500 has shown a review on. I need to test that out. I'm not sure if I'm going to put that in here at the moment, but I probably, well, I've got one and I've got another on the way. So yeah, let me know what you think. Obviously it's got, we'll call it funky. We've got funky leather interior, but yeah. How much? What do you think you'd put it up for? Oh, I didn't shut that door. What do you think you'd put it up for? In the meantime, I'll just give it a good old wash. I'll quickly fill in this actually, whilst it's still dry, because the weather is a bit all over the place. And yeah, and then hopefully we'll come back finally with it cleaned and ready for the sale. One of the other things that we need to do is, it only comes with one key, so we're going to provide 2 keys, not 2 remotes. And I've done this before on a number of videos, but basically what's quite good is on eBay now there's a guy who, if you send him the key, a picture of the key, he'll cut it for you, so I don't have to go and pay for parking. So where I live, I've got to go to the next town over, pay for parking, wait for an hour for him to cut it, and he'll do that for a tenner. But for 11 quid, I can have it all done and dusted on eBay for me. So he just provides the key and everything. I've just got to get the code done, and got to get the chip done so that it is all coded up. And that is where this comes in, and that, and a little chip here. Can't do it or can't show you because my phone is my camera and I need my phone to do the coding. So let's just get on with that, and that's one other thing left to do. Okay, so the chip has been cloned, so we put it into that there. Again, trying to do this one-handed, so wish me luck. And then that slips in the top of the key. We need to force that in like so. Oh, get in, you git. There we go, nice and tight. Okay, so if we put this in here,
leading Britain's conversation.
Turn off LBC, and there we go. It's all started. Nice, right. That is the spare key sorted, so I can attach that to a little ringlet on there. So that's one more thing that the potential buyer will be happy with, that they have 2 keys. Right, I think this is going to conclude this video. This is the end of 64 plate lounge. It's actually come up pretty well, if I'm being honest. You wouldn't really think it was a Cat S. I mean, if I'm being picky, that rear bumper has got a scratch to it there. I'd say that this wasn't as shiny as it could be, but the damage was not to the back, so I think it's had a shunt in the past and probably required a respray. But yeah, it's all come up quite nice in the end. So I've just given it a wash, given it a little wax, nothing spectacular, but hopefully it will just bead quite nicely. The wheels aren't too bad. They're for a 10-year-old car. The alloys are pretty in good condition. And then for the interior, given that good or clean, the leather seats have come out all right in the end. which isn't too bad. Black generally isn't too bad because it just hides the dirt compared with the cream interior of the other 500s that we get. So yeah, it's all come out pretty well. Still got to decide on the CarPlay, the portable CarPlay. We've got two options, is that I obviously stick it on here, or could potentially mount it using the CD holder here. Potentially need to get a Amazon holder from that sticks in the CD player, so that effectively the CarPlay is here. Paul 500 has done something very similar, so that is a thought. But then of course at the same time, you know, is that what people want? So it could be something I just offer them. But otherwise I'm quite chuffed with the interior of that one. Oh, someone's coming, bear with. Sorry, lots of people going for the evening walks, probably because it's about to pit it down. Yeah, from this side, pretty happy. So yeah, so need to do the figures, but we're talking one lower arm, one shocker, 4 new tyres, although I did manage to sell that all-weather one basically for the same price that I bought a new one for. So actually I bought 3 new tyres, so that's 3 tyres, 1 lower arm, 1 shocker, an MOT. What else did I get? Oh, 2 rear shockers on this, and I think that is it. I think that's all I've gone and done on it. I swear there's something else. There was nothing on in the engine, nothing on the gearbox, no clutch, nothing like that, no lights, nothing at all on that. So yeah, so all in all, I think it's going to owe me about just over 2,300, maybe 2,350, something like that. If we include delivery from up north, was it Manchester? I think so. If we're going to do delivery from up north, BCA fees and everything like that, it's around, I think, about 2,350. That's what it owes me. So yeah, got to take some photos. Won't be doing that now, but hopefully it'll be gone at some point. But yeah, so yeah, I think finally, just let me know what you think. What would you look to sell it for? And hopefully we never have to feature the car on the channel again. But yeah, a lot of hard work into getting that arm and shocker done before the MOT, especially when the weather at the moment isn't particularly great, and yeah, I'm not around a lot of time due to other work. Ignore that. That is my other half's 500. That has nothing to do with me. So thank you all for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're still watching, and yeah, until next time, thank you all very much, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.